Just couldn't help yourselves, could you? Had to come back for more tech videos. Hey everybody, Morgan here for Simple Networks, and today we're going to talk UniFi. Shocker, I know. So today I want to take a look at UniFi's website and go over some of the changes I'm seeing in their product line and what I think it means for the future of UniFi. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Alright, so here we are at store.ui.com. We're going to start right off with the network tab here. Now you'll notice that when we get to the network tab here, our options underneath have changed a little bit. And you're going to see some new language, some new verbiage, and that is UniFi OS Console. That's the big term that seems to have changed here. So we'll skip the complete your console build guide thing here. We're going to go over to UniFi OS Consoles. Now, judging by what's under the UniFi OS Console tab, it seems to me that the UniFi OS Console is a device that can either in full or in part run the UniFi suite of software. So network, protect, talk, access, all of that fun stuff. Now, we see the Dream Machine and Pro and the Dream Machine Special Edition here, as well as the standard Dream Machine and Dream Router. Now, most of these products you're probably familiar with. Some of them are newer, like the Dream Router and Dream Machine are newer products. But if we're going off of that definition I just gave you, there seems to be one classic UniFi device missing from this list. The Cloud Key. The Cloud Key is a classic in the UniFi circles. It's been around for a long time, and it's kind of the epitome of what UniFi has always been about, right? The ability to manage your network from the cloud. Now, the UniFi Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus, which is the most modern, most powerful of the cloud keys, seems to me like it should be a UniFi OS console. After all, it can run UniFi Network, Protect, Talk, and Access. Now, it can't run a huge deployment of all that, but it's actually decently powerful and can run a fairly impressive setup. So why isn't it on this page? Now you could say, well, maybe your definition's just wrong, Morgan. Maybe that's not what they mean by UniFi OS console, right? However, if we click this little button up here right at the top of the page, which UniFi OS console is right for me, it's going to bring up a video. Now, I will link to the video in the description. I'm not going to play the entire thing for you in this video, but if we scroll through, you will see the UniFi Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus show up, not only in the video, but when the narrator starts discussing the different options for UniFi OS consoles, we have the Dream Wall, the Dream Router, and the Gen 2 Plus Cloud Key. So it's very interesting. UniFi obviously considers the Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus a UniFi OS console, but they aren't too keen on putting it right here on their big UniFi OS consoles page. Now you can still buy the UniFi Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus, but you're not going to find it anywhere under the networking portion of the site. No, instead now it is nested under the UniFi Protect tab under NVRs. Kind of weird, right? To me, that's something you'd want to list right up front. But no, it's right here under Network Video Recorders for the Protect system, simply because it does run UniFi Protect and has a built-in hard drive to store that video. But you'll see right under here, they call it a UniFi OS console. Compact desk or rack mountable UniFi OS console with a pre-installed 1 terabyte hard drive. So our definition was not wrong, and I was correct in that the Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus is in fact a UniFi OS console. Kind of odd, right? But who knows, could just be a coincidence. Maybe that's just a change they made. But let's head back over to the networking tab here. And you'll notice that your options under the network, there's something missing. There is no longer a routing and switching selection. You still have switching, but routing and switching has been obviously divvied up into switching and routing offload. Now the only thing under routing offload is Next Gen Gateway Pro. And the only other place on here that you would find a router or gateway is under UniFi OS consoles. What's another classic UniFi device that's missing? The USG, the UniFi Secure Gateway. That's been in the line forever. I've deployed many USGs, and they're great devices, but you will not find them anywhere here on the site. Well, like the Cloud Key, it is still available for purchase. Unlike the Cloud Key, you won't find it listed anywhere under any of these tabs. You actually have to search it out. So if we search USG and hit enter, you will find the security gateway. There it is, $139, just like it's always been. But if you'll notice, it's still nested under that routing and switching category that is no longer visible from the main navigation. So what's going on here? Well, I think these changes are more than just trivial website updates. I think this represents a major shift in attitude from the UniFi team. It seems to me UniFi is sick of being the company you look to when you need to add some access points or cameras to your already existing infrastructure. UniFi wants to be your infrastructure, from top to bottom. You want into UniFi? Well, you better be all in. Otherwise, what's the point in buying a $500 UniFi OS console that just so happens to run their entire software suite out of the box? Now, this actually makes a lot of sense when you take a look at the company's direction over the past few years and the products they've been releasing. You've got UniFi LED, UniFi Talk, UniFi Connect, UniFi Access, and a selection of inexpensive UniFi OS consoles that just happen to support all of those features out of the box. It's very much the Apple approach to things. They slowly pull you in with a couple of access points here, a couple of switches there, a nice little software ecosystem, and before you know it, you're at the point where you might as well just buy in. To be clear, I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. In fact, I think it's pretty cool, and I'm excited to see where this goes. That being said, and now to the main reason I'm making this video, is that it's very important to be aware of these things, especially if you are a consultant, freelancer, or small-time IT business. You absolutely have to know what you're getting yourself and your clients into. Now, on the surface, it seems like a relatively inexpensive but powerful suite of software and hardware that happens to work really, really well together. But as any self-aware Apple user can tell you, the taller the walls in the garden get, the harder it is to get out. Just something to consider. Obviously, this is just my opinion. It's what I'm inferring from the changes to their products and their website. They haven't told me this. I don't have contact with anyone at UniFi. And as far as I know, they have not said anything in the press about this being the new direction for the company or anything to that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker, which honestly wouldn't surprise me at this point. Also, let me know if updates on UniFi or other products or companies is something you're interested in seeing more of. I always love to hear from you guys about what you want to see in future videos. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the comments.